Right, welcome ladies and gents. Civil War has stayed on top of the box office. What I like to do here every Sunday is just take a look at the box office, see the movements. It will then correspond, generally speaking, to trends in movie studios. So let's take a look, dive right into it with me. And yeah, Civil War, like I said, stayed the top of the box office. As Deadline has such a great wrap-up, we normally go to Deadline, and it says Civil War brings audiences together with $11 million, second weekend win. Last weekend, if I remember rightly, it did about $25 million, so it's down over 50%. It's not a horrendous thing, but it doesn't have any more legs past this. I highly doubt that. Moving forwards, you have quite a few things coming out. There's the Furiosa Mad Max movie, among others as well, so yeah, doubt it's got much legs after this week, with such a steep drop-off as well. This isn't bad, like they would have made no, this film cost about 50 odd million dollars, $60 odd million, something like that. Not disastrous, still not great, although they did pre-sell it I think in foreign markets, so it's done so there. But anyway, let's take another look, shall we? Hit subscribe if you are new here, by the way, folks. But yeah, Sunday AM right through. Their Sunday right throughs are pretty much bang on. There's no real surprises past that, to be fair. So we can say that this is pretty accurate. It is a 56% drop off, which is, they know, is a great hold for a movie. I guess so. I was expecting a bigger drop off. I was expecting about 70%. So yeah, it is a good drop off. What is bad though is the B- cinema score. That is bad. Like normally it's an A or A-. That's generally speaking what you get for cinema scores. So a B- is pretty bad. But like it says, A24 Civil War wins the box office. It didn't have a lot of competition though. It does say against 3 wide entries, which is true. But it didn't do great. So 56% drop off. Great hold for a movie that provoked a divided audience response with B- cinema score. Many felt it would be more front loaded with exits like that, which is what I thought. I mean, I said in my last week review of it and box office roundup, yeah, I'm surprised. I think it will fall off a cliff. And it hasn't, so that is good. It says this A24's trick. They know how to generate the chime-in factor, and sources tell the article writer kudos are due to their marketing team, which is true because they've been marketing it quite wildly after the fact. So they did its opening weekend, which sold the movie as the trailer sells it as a pretty action-packed war movie, quite frankly. And then once the first weekend was out, I think that they were aware there was going to be pretty negative feedback. They started generating AI digital posters, like of certain scenery, which you don't see in the film either, just as an FYI. So definitely good advertising, but false advertisement. And so that's what they started doing after the first weekend. They were starting to put these posters out. So they have done well with that. And it says this, maestros of entrancing the 18 to 34 crowd via social media and a guerrilla push. So this is that AI art that I was talking about. It says this, meanwhile, everything else is largely coming in under its projections, resulting in a $68 million weekend, which is really bad. That's very, very bad for theatres. The only losers out of the movie industry at the moment has been theatres. Theatres really struggling. Really struggling. So that's shit. It says this, not the lowest year to date, but generally an awful number you don't want to see the overall marketplace at, and we have diversified product, which is what studios and exhibition wine we should have. But it doesn't matter if all of the diversified offerings of product are terrible. And so this push to agenda-driven DEI, ESG nonsense, the only losers here, ultimately, are going to be the theatres and the audiences. Studios seem to have endless cash to burn for unbeknownst reasons. But anyway, not just any kind of product, but movies with great reviews and great audience responses. What gives? Why? It's the same old post-pandemic excuse. Many cheap out on their marketing, avoiding solid box office figures so they can slide a little into home entertainment windows and profit as soon as possible. We're clearly in a world now where profitability and the optics of success mean two different things. Well, one of the movies that did come out this weekend, which was absolutely fantastic, was Abigail. So it says this, Universal's B Cinema score, but 82% certified fresh vampire movie Abigail, starring Melissa Barrera and I can't remember her name, something Weir. This was great. The person who played Abigail, the actor, was incredible. This is such a good movie. It says this will at least hit $10 million after a $4 million Friday. That's right. Right near where Uni opened Dev Patel's genre action movie Monkey Man 2 weeks ago with $10.1 million. Abigail was a really good movie though. Strong recommendation from me. If you haven't seen it, go out and watch it. It's very fun. Like, genuinely very fun. I hate child actors. The Ms. Weir, I can't remember her first name, who played Abigail, was exceptionally good. She has an incredibly bright future ahead of her. Genuinely. And then last but not least, in terms of the top three anyway, was Lionsgate's The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which was not out in the UK. Don't understand why. Pissed me right off. There's literally no UK release date at the moment for this film. Again, pissed me right off. So, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare only did $9 million after a $3.7 million Friday. So that's fourth entry. The Henry Cavill movie is getting whipped by weekend 4 of Godzilla Kong the New Empire, which has done really well. You know, that's still hitting $9.4 million. That's crazy. That's crazy. So they're doing really well with that. I mean, the fact that Godzilla Kong the New Empire is still around is brilliant. But the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, I mean, that's doing okay. It's not horrendous. It's okay. But the real take-homes from this, like it says here, is Civil War. Civil War. Yeah, 56% drop-off. It probably won't hang... I mean, it's going to fall off a face of a cliff next weekend. You'll probably fall into single digits. Abigail, yeah, good. I think that will get good word of mouth. And my projection for next weekend is probably about 50% drop-off. Maybe 50 to 60% drop-off. But that'll get good word of mouth. I think it'll do okay next weekend. Because, again, counter-programming. Godzilla Kong still holding in there. Absolutely killing it. I think it's crossed over $500 million worldwide now, which is brilliant. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yeah, not great, but it's not released anywhere else either. So you're not getting the general buzz that a movie with a wide release will get. So they really fudged that, to be fair. I don't understand why they haven't released it. Like, that's Lionsgate for you. Lionsgate is doing some really dumb things lately with their release structures. So, stupid. But there you go. Civil War still conning people into watching it. What do you guys think, though? Let me know down below. Did you watch Civil War? Do you feel conned? Let me know what you think. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.